We turn the car around, y'all, and the horses are moving again. I was like, no, I'm stuck. So I'm freaking out at this point. I'm like, yo, this ain't real. I got to get back. I don't know what to do. I'm Googling some more. Like, I don't want to be high no more, man. Dear Diary, I had my worst edible experience ever. And on cheese and grits, I ain't ever doing this again. But one day, I'm gonna be able to tell this story to my grandchildren, and I'm gonna be considered a dope grandma. Quite literally. All right, y'all. I'm already clapping. I am known for clapping for no reason.
Swing it over here, shawty. Swing it over here, shawty. Woo!
And they're mostly happy, you'll notice, not to brag.
It's Shena Vici. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. So, as you can already tell, I have YouTube say that. You can already tell in the title. I'm going to be telling my edible story today. It's my first story time on this channel. I'm excited and I'm not excited at the same time, but I'm hoping that I can help somebody. I think, maybe. All right, so let's get into it. Hello?
Hey, what you doing?
What's up? Nothing, just planning.
Girl, I just took this edible and I'm watching TV and my body just feel heavy.
What do you mean your body feel
My
heavy?
arms is moving slow and I don't know.
Bruh, you tripping. What?
I don't know what to do.
Bruh, what did you... I don't even know what to say. Like, I've never did an edible before.
I feel like I'm dying.
No. All right, y'all. So my stylist basically, that was her calling me the day before my appointment. And she told me more about her story. And I'm like, yo, I don't believe you. Like, ain't no way you gonna take something and your body gonna feel the way it feel. You know what I mean? Like, you talking about you feel heavy. Like, what do you mean you feel heavy? So she was like, all right, you know, I got some more if you want to try one. So I drive down, I go to the spot, I make it there, and we're talking about the edibles or whatever. And I'm like, you know what? Where is it? Let me see this thing. Y'all, when I tell you, it was about this big, and it was a gummy bear, like a circle gummy bear. Can a gummy bear be circle? You get what I'm saying? A circle gummy candy. And it was like yellow, oranges. And I'm like, ain't no way. I don't believe it. So I'm like, you know what? Before you wash my hair, I'm going to just go ahead and take it, right? And so I take the edible, right? And she just washing my hair. We just, chopping it up. I sit down in the chair. And I'm like, yo, this stuff is whack. Like, it's not working. Do you have another one? I need to take two. Because ain't nothing happening. And mind you, I didn't eat before my appointment. So that was already an amateur move right there. Now that I know, after Googled and told me what I was supposed to do. So I'm in the chair, regular salon talk. I got my hubby with me. And that's the only reason why I took it, because I wanted to be, safe. So I'm just sitting there and I'm like, yo, I don't feel nothing. Like, nothing at all. This is whack. And I basically wasted her edible. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, and then next thing I know, I look up and the whole room just go whoosh. I am not lying. It was not like a transition where you go like, okay, I'm feeling something. It was like, whoa. Like, my whole world just shifted. And I'm like, it was almost as if I walked into this room and I was in a completely different place. Like, it was the most craziest thing I've ever experienced in my life, and I was scared. So my first thing was to do is to calm down and don't be suspicious, basically. Like, I'm sitting there and I'm laughing because I'm like, okay, I don't want them to know that I kind of feel high right now, so I need to keep it away from them. So I'm giggling at the fact that I'm hiding this from them. And so I started singing. Don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious. Like, I was legit singing it. Anyway, so after I realized that this high isn't stopping anytime soon, like, it probably was 2 minutes. 2 minutes felt like 2 days. I'm not kidding. Like, I felt high forever in the first couple of minutes. And then I started to panic. My heart was like boom, 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 like beating out my chest. And I'm trying to breathe. I'm trying to calm down, but my heart ain't slowing down. I'm like, yo, this is it. I'm going to die. Ain't no way. And so I'm like, okay, Shena, just don't move. Close your eyes. I kept my eyes closed. And then my heart just sped up. I'm like, okay, this ain't good, and I pull my phone out and I'm Googling how to stop being high. They're not helping me. Like, nothing is happening. I feel like, okay, I put my phone down, I pick it back up. How to how to stop being high. Put it back down. Next thing you know, I'm like, okay, I'm not okay, but I don't want my stylist to, I don't want her to know I'm not okay. So I call my husband, I'm like, babe, can you come over here? Just stand next to me, just stand next to me. And next thing you know, I look up, he's sitting down again. So I call him again, I'm like, babe, can you come here and stand next to me? I don't really feel, I don't feel okay. And then I look, he's sitting down again. I'm like, yo, what is happening? Like, I'm legit caught in the loop. Like, he was there on the couch, he'll sit here, and he only stayed by my side for 2 seconds, I swear. And I look, he on the couch again. I'm like, why is he doing this? Like, I need him, and I don't want my stylist to know. So the whole time, I'm trying to hide it from her, and I'm stuck in the loop. So I keep doing the same thing over. Picking up the phone, calling hubby for comfort. He's sitting back down, and I don't even remember telling him to sit down. So it gets worse. Now I have to go to the potty. I have to go so bad, and I'm like, okay. Now, Shena, is this real life? Are you really here? Like, you gotta be tripping. Like, do you really have to pee? Are you in an alternate reality? Like, right now it's just fake. And so, like, in real life, you really just chilling, getting your hair done. And if you pee, if I go to the toilet, I'm gonna think that I'm at the toilet, but I'm really gonna be in the chair and I'm gonna pee on myself, and they're gonna laugh at me when I'm done being high, basically. So I sit there what feels like an hour contemplating if I should go potty or not. And so it gets so bad. I'm like, you know what? I'm about to take this L and, go potty. If I potty on myself in real life, they just gotta know. Like, this is what happened. So I get up and go to the bathroom, and I'm uncomfortable. So I'm like, you know what? My comfort is sitting on that couch over there. I'm like, babe, can you go to the bathroom with me? And so he takes me to the bathroom. I'm like, babe, is this real? Like, no, I need you to convince me that this is real. And he's like, it's real, but he's laughing. I'm like, okay, in my head, he's laughing, so it ain't real. I can't trust it. I'm like, babe, for real, like, please, you have to convince me now that this is real. And he was like, babe, it's real. I'm like, no. So I sit there, like, I can't pee. And I explained to him, like, okay, I feel like that I'm gonna pee in her chair. I don't feel like we're really in this bathroom right now, and you're not convincing me. Like, I remember just telling him, like, you're not convincing me that this is real. I don't believe you. And so I'm like, you know what? I gotta pee so bad. So I sit down and I pee, and I felt like I had on pants. I swear, I felt like my pants were still on while I was peeing. And so I pee and I wipe, and my pants was off. So I'm like, okay, I didn't pee on myself, but then did I? So I pull my pants up, I wash my hands, and we go, and I sit in the chair, and I'm still trying to pretend that I'm not high. And y'all, I kept getting stuck in the loop. So hubby kept doing the same thing. She's doing my hair, but you already know that it feel like hairstylists take forever. I felt like I was getting micros that day. Like, I was in the chair for a long time. And just to throw a little nugget in there, when I kept calling my husband, my stylist had went to the bathroom, so I felt like I needed to call him to hide it from her, but she had went to the bathroom before me. So I just wanted to clear it up. So basically, I was having a bad trip. And so my hair was half done. I'm like, you know what? I didn't eat anything. I need to, just lay down. So I lay down on the little couchy thing, and the room is just spinning, and it just don't stop. My eyes are closed, and the room is still spinning. Like, make it make sense. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go to sleep. I need to take a little nap. I need to sleep this off, and when I wake up, it's gonna be better. Y'all, I feel like I was high for a year. I didn't feel no better. I kept trying to doze off, but then I started being paranoid. So I was like, okay, what if in real life I'm just going crazy, like Smokey in the chicken coop?
Get off me! I'm in Debo pigeon coop sweating like a slave. And the only person could get me out was my mom. And man, I ain't been right ever since then.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm wilding right now, and my husband is crying. The stylist is crying. My kids are crying because now I'm in this state of mind where I'm never going to get out. So I thought in real life, I was just like really real life, like going crazy, like They've trying to just, like, I thought like my mind was gone. I never was going to get back to reality. So at this point, I'm laying down and I really don't feel like reality is reality. Like, I feel like everything is just fake. And so I was trying to calm myself down so I can get back to my family so we can, go back to our happy lives, but nothing was happening. So I laid down and I basically was high the entire day. So she ended up finishing my hair and I got in a car, right? I kid you not. I'm like, man, I want this to be over. Kid you not. I look to my side and I see horses. Them suckers not moving. They not moving at all. The tail not wagging. Like, these horses are like this. And I'm like, babe, did you see those horses? He was like, no, I ain't see them horses. And I'm like, babe, they wouldn't move. And then he just kind of brushed me. I'm like, no, you have to turn around because I feel like nothing's real. I need you to see this. We turn the car around, y'all. And the horses are moving again. I was like, no, I'm stuck. So I'm freaking out at this point. I'm like, yo, this ain't real. I got to get back. I don't know what to do. I'm Googling some more. Like, I don't want to be high no more, man. I shouldn't have done this. How can one gummy bear do this to me? And so we just drive. We go home. And I'm like, nothing's real. Nothing's real. Y'all want to know how long that lasted? I felt like nothing was real for months. Like, it messed me up. Like, I was high for probably the rest of the week. I still felt a little like nauseous, woozy. But for months, I had to convince myself that this was my life. And one of my coping mechanisms was I had to tell myself, okay, the life you have right now while you're high is a pretty good life. So just live it. They'll learn how to deal with it on the other side. Like, I had to keep convincing myself every single day. Like, yo, this is your real life. But it did not feel like that. Like, I struggled so bad. And I constantly would talk to my husband about it. And he would reassure me like, babe, this is your life. This is real. But I was like, I can't trust him because he was laughing in the bathroom. Conflabbit. I basically felt like, okay, yeah, this is what dying feels like. And y'all, like, after I left the stylist, my hair was looking nice, but like, I was traumatized to the point where I could not hear the word loop. It would give me anxiety. My heart would start beating fast, and it was a trigger for me. Like, my husband could not say loop, and if I feel like, who says loop in everyday life? Who does that? And it's like all of a sudden he want to add this to his vocabulary. I'm like, don't say loop. We cannot say that in the household. Add that alone. We don't really say, we call it the D word in our household. So we don't say, can I say it? Should I say it? Since he said loop, I'm saying we don't say divorce in our house. It's just a little thing that we do. I'm like, add loop to that list because I'm over it. Just to sum everything up, I felt like everything wasn't reality and that my life was still playing out on the other end and I was just stuck somewhere. I was stuck in the loop. I was also paranoid, like high-key paranoid. Like, it was bad for me. I ended up having anxiety. It just was a bad trip. And then I saw somebody on TikTok do a video on what it feels like to have a bad trip, and that was like triggering to me because it feels like that. Like, it's the worst feeling in the world, honestly. And 10 out of 10, I don't recommend. I would never do it again. And I know they say never, but I ain't never doing it. Like, for what? What was the reason? Why did I do that? Now look at me on YouTube making a video about edibles. Yeah, so that's gonna conclude my story. Comment below a phone emoji if you made it this far, and let me know if you want more story times. But I don't even know if I want to do any more story times because it has to have a plot, and most of the time plots don't really. You know what? All right, y'all. It's Shena Vici. Bye, y'all. I'll see y'all next video.
I'm numb as a fiend, don't feel a thing, yeah.